Join me as I take on the challenge of exploring some of the most remote places on Earth. Let's see if I can make it to these hidden gems. There's something inherently fascinating about the most remote places on Earth. Maybe it's the thrill of the unknown, or the allure of experiencing a place that few others have ever seen. Whatever the reason, these distant destinations have a certain mystique that's hard to ignore. Living in these remote locations can be a serious challenge. For one, accessing basic resources like food, water, and medicine can be a daily struggle. Imagine having to fly in supplies by helicopter, or travel for days by boat just to get the essentials. Communication is another major hurdle. With limited or no internet access, staying in touch with the outside world can be a real challenge. And then there's transportation. Getting to these places often requires a combination of planes, boats, and hiking, making it a real adventure just to get there in the first place. Take, for example, the Tristan da Cunha Islands in the South Atlantic. With a population of less than 300 people, it's one of the most remote inhabited islands in the world. The only way to get there is by boat, which takes about 5 days from the nearest major landmass. And once you're there, you're pretty much cut off from the rest of the world. In addition to the physical challenges, living in these remote places can also take a psychological toll. The isolation can be overwhelming at times, and the lack of amenities we often take for granted can be frustrating. But despite all these challenges, there's a sense of community and camaraderie that develops among the people who live in these places. To make matters even more complicated, many of these remote locations are situated in areas prone to natural disasters, making evacuation and emergency response a significant concern. For instance, the Pacific island nation of Tuvalu is not only remote but also vulnerable to rising sea levels and cyclones. Let's explore some of these incredible places in more detail. Take the Hang Son Doong Cave in Vietnam, for example. It's the largest cave in the world, with its own jungle, river, and even its own climate. The cave is so massive that it can fit an entire city block, and yet it remained hidden until just a few years ago. In Greenland, there's the Ilulissat Isefjord, a stunning UNESCO World Heritage Site, where massive icebergs break off from the glacier and float out to sea. The sound of the ice cracking and calving is deafening, and the sight of these towering ice giants is awe-inspiring. In the remote Himalayan kingdom of Bhutan, there's the stunning monastery of Toksaing Palphag, perched precariously on the side of a cliff. According to legend, it was built in the 8th century by a Buddhist master who flew in on the back of a tigress. Imagine the Amazon rainforest is home to many indigenous communities that have lived there for thousands of years, completely isolated from the outside world. One of the most fascinating aspects of these communities is their incredible knowledge of the forest and its medicinal properties. One of the most intriguing aspects of these remote places is the incredible wildlife that can be found there. Take the Galapagos Islands, for example, where an incredible array of endemic species have evolved in isolation for millions of years. The giant tortoises, marine iguanas, and blue-footed boobies are just a few examples of the incredible biodiversity found on these islands. Others includes Cape Horn, Chile, located at the southernmost tip of South America. Cape Horn is a rugged and wind-swept headland that marks the boundary between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Lofoten Islands, Norway. This archipelago in northern Norway is known for its dramatic landscapes, picturesque villages, and the midnight sun. It's a place where the land meets the sea and the sky. Big Sur, California, USA. This rugged stretch of coastline along Highway 1 in California offers breathtaking views of the Pacific Ocean, rocky cliffs, and isolated beaches. The Azores, Portugal *, located in the middle of the North Atlantic. The Azores is a group of volcanic islands that feel like the edge of the world. The landscape is dominated by lush green forests, hot springs, and steep cliffs. The Faroe Islands, Denmark. This remote archipelago in the North Atlantic is known for its dramatic landscapes, steep cliffs, and picturesque villages. It's a place where the wind and sea meet the land. Ushuaia, Argentina, located on the island of Tierra del Fuego. Ushuaia is often referred to as the end of the world. It's a small town surrounded by mountains, glaciers, and the Beagle Channel. The Hebrides, Scotland. This chain of islands off the west coast of Scotland is known for its rugged landscapes, white sandy beaches, and picturesque villages. It's a place where the land meets the sea and the sky. The people who live in these remote places are often just as fascinating as the places themselves. Take the Inuit of northern Canada, for example, who have developed an incredible expertise in surviving in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Their traditional way of life is a testament to the human spirit's ability to adapt and thrive in even the most challenging conditions. Getting to these remote places is often an adventure in itself, but the rewards are well worth it. The sense of accomplishment, the incredible sights, and the people you meet along the way all combine to create an unforgettable experience. In the end, it's the beauty and challenges of these remote places that make them so alluring. They remind us of just how small we are in the grand scheme of things, and how much there is still to explore and discover on our planet. What do you think is the most intriguing remote place we've explored today? Let me know in the comments below. And be sure to check out my other travel-related videos for more adventures from around the world. What an intriguing idea! Traveling to the edge of the world sounds like an adventure of a lifetime. Here are some possible destinations that could be considered the edge of the world. Each of these destinations offers a unique experience and a sense of being at the edge of the world. Which one would you like to explore?